Building modern linear infrastructure means cutting through mountains and crossing diverse topographies for hundreds of kilometers. These projects carry financial stakes in the hundreds of millions, requiring intense coordination and physical execution. To track that money, contractors and developers must generate an immense volume of technical and commercial reports. Every milestone, from earthwork to pavement, must be proven before a single invoice is cleared. Historically, the evidence supporting these massive invoices has relied on ad hoc mobile phone photos taken sporadically by workers across the site. This diagram illustrates a project budget as a rigid geometric grid disrupted by unlinked photos. Documenting multi-million-dollar precision with disorganized evidence fails. Building a compliance report from scattered files is impossible to audit against an EPC contract. This creates an institutional risk. Without structured visual proof, financial milestones stall and accountability disappears, leaving investors completely blind. The modern, engineered solution to this documentation crisis is the verifiable visual audit trail. It requires deploying travel-ready professional documentation teams capable of reaching and working across remote, difficult-to-access infrastructure corridors. These teams rely on a specific methodology, capturing the corridor simultaneously through a macro aerial perspective using drones and a micro ground-level perspective. True accountability requires proving both ends of the spectrum at once. You have to document massive geographic progress across the landscape while simultaneously verifying the intricate granular safety tolerances of the construction itself. The macro perspective is driven by the aerial corridor workflow, providing the continuity and scale that ground photos lack. This diagram illustrates the kilometer-to-kilometer mapping method, allowing continuous tracking of linear assets over vast distances. From this altitude, teams verify the highway alignment, terrain context, and map complex structures like trumpet and cloverleaf interchanges, capturing their exact layout in one verifiable frame. This aerial method maintains continuous visibility of the alignment, even as the corridor stretches through dense agricultural zones or completely remote topographies. The macro lens delivers one specific answer. It shows the project developers and investors that the physical road is successfully moving from point A to point B on schedule. But aerial drones cannot capture microengineering details or execution quality. For that, the documentation moves to the ground. This is where teams build the structure inventory, a hyper-specific ground-level record of individual civil engineering elements. Ground photography captures the highly technical phases of construction, like pre-stressed concrete girder launching, cross-drainage works like box culverts, and slope stabilization along embankments. It also provides verification of the pavement layers themselves, documenting subgrade preparation and the precise application of pavement-quality concrete. The microlens provides the definitive answer to the engineer's primary concern. It proves that the infrastructure is being built exactly to the required technical specifications and structural safety standards. Capturing thousands of high-resolution images, even professional ones, creates meaningless noise if they aren't placed into a strict organizational framework. A single visual node is locked onto a specific coordinate by chainage. By tagging every visual to its exact geographic distance marker, the data becomes searchable. Secondary layers organize those nodes further, cross-referencing visual data by specific bridge numbers, engineering packages, and timeline milestones. By indexing the images this way, teams can pull up seamless before and after comparative records across months of active construction for any given location. This specific act of categorization transforms a chaotic folder of site photography into a structured, indisputable commercial asset. This structured archive becomes the ultimate authority for monthly and quarterly project progress monitoring. When it comes time for compliance checks and EPC milestone billing, these verifiable records eliminate ambiguity about what work has actually been completed. It serves a crucial role in corporate communication. Teams rely on this data for board reviews, investor updates, and visual evidence in future tender submissions. The archive retains its value long after the highway is completed and open, serving as a baseline record for operations and maintenance teams managing the asset. A clear visual audit trail removes subjective debate. It provides the hard evidence of executed scope required to stop milestone disputes before they begin. Modern transportation networks carry immense financial risks and require intense coordination across complex topographies. Physically laying the asphalt and building the bridges is only half the battle. Rigorously documenting the road's existence, down to the exact kilometer and individual culvert, provides the necessary fuel for the financial and operational engine backing the project. True infrastructure progress simply does not exist in the modern world until it is comprehensively and verifiably seen.